Hey guys, thank you for coming back to the channel. If you're new, my name is LJ and you're watching No Clutch Garage. Today we're going to be talking about the EWG harness for JB4. I don't see a whole lot of videos or information about this, and actually I think that's due in part because only people that really know what they're doing add this to their JB4. Another thing is that there's not a whole lot of benefit to the EWG harness if you're not doing certain things. So I'm just going to read right off of the description on the JB4 website, and it says for 2014 or newer F chassis and 55 motors that have an electronic wastegate, and that also applies to B58. This add-on patch allows your JB4 to directly control your electronic wastegate, raising the boost ceiling for more heavily modified N55 or B58 vehicles, such as those using E85 or water meth injection. The connector is not used on map 1 or map 2, even if it's installed. Basically, the JB4 will not read the EWG connector if you're not using certain maps. Basically, you have to be doing something like using E85 or water meth. And the reason I'm adding this is because I run E85 from time to time, and I have experienced a few throttle closures, and this helps with that. This helps mitigate that. If you have any throttle closures, you definitely want to probably invest in something like this if you're using JB4, and basically the JB4 is gonna control that and make sure that it doesn't happen. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot of benefit to it. Now, of course, there is more technical information for this, so I'm gonna drop the link to everything on the electronic wastegate harness, and if you guys are interested, even if you just want to read it, I'll have all that information so you guys can kind of read up on it, get yourself educated, and decide for yourself if it's something that you need or if you can just skip it. This little harness is $35, and so it's not very expensive, and it has the connectors and it has the pins, and these pins go in certain holes within the connector on the JB4, and I'm about to show you how to do that and how to install it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and install this bad boy. First thing we want to do, as with any modification to the JB4, is we want to take it out of its little box. If you guys remember, I had installed this. So first thing we want to do is, there's too much going on here, so let's clear this up by removing the Bluetooth adapter. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Alright, let's get on with the installation. First thing we want to do is we're going to want to disconnect this cable. Next thing you want to do, route these cables through this little grommet, and just to kind of make it easier on you, kind of identify where each cable is going to go. The purple is going to go up here on the top, and the blue one's going to go down here at the bottom. So ideally, when you insert your cables, you want to have one of them routed towards the top and the other one routed towards the bottom, and that'll just make everything easier as far as cable placement later on. Just be very careful with these pins. They are very fragile. I've already had to send this back once because I wasn't careful with it and I broke the pins. So please, 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 please be careful. Be patient. Don't force anything if it doesn't need to be forced. Right here. Just get it all the way through. There you go. And just get yourself enough working room. So now this is in place. We're gonna find number 9. Number 9 is actually this little hole right here, right there. So we're just gonna insert number 9, and the way I found out that it was number 9, it's numbered 1 through 13 at the top, and then the rest of the numbers from right to left. So number 9 is going to be this one right here. We're just going to pop it in. Be very careful, like I said earlier. You don't want to mess anything up. You don't want to break these pins. You see it's all the way through on the other side. And then there you go. That's all that is. The blue cable is gonna go on number 16, and if we look, start over here, it's 14, 15, and 16, so it's gonna be the third from the right at the bottom, and you just guide the cable in. Easy. Don't break anything. Now we see that it's coming through. Right there. And that's it. And now it's officially connected. Now you just put everything back together. That, get your screws. You reset the board where it's supposed to go. All right, and now you have your extra cable. Hey guys, so we're outside, and to install the EWG harness, it's actually pretty easy if you have a stock airbox, but I don't have a stock airbox. I have an aftermarket intake, and so this process is going to be a little bit different. If you have the agency power intake, then this might be useful to you, and I hesitated making this part of the video because of that. But if you have a stock airbox, all you really have to do is remove the airbox. You have all the space below to kind of see where you need to connect things, and now I'm going to show you how to do this if you have the agency power cold air intake. That's the little plastic screwdriver that holds the pipe down. Also went ahead and removed the cone because the cone was in the way. The next thing we want to do is we're going to take this off, and this is only for the agency power intake. We want to remove the heat shield because removing the heat shield is going to give us the access to the connector we need. Alright guys, once this is exposed, there's a little sleeve you want to unbuckle, and then there's the connector. You just undo the connector. It looks undone because I had already undone it. Undo it, and then you have your two connectors from the JB4, right? And so we just want to plug the JB4 connector in, plugged in, and then the one that goes to the computer, just plug the female connector in. It's in and popped in, and that is it. Now you just put everything back together and you're done. Keep in mind guys, if you want this to work properly, please contact Terry at Burger Tuning, and he will give you special firmware for your car so that your car is able to actually control that. Last thing you want is to plug it in and it not really do anything. So please make sure you email BMS so that you get clear instructions on how to get this to work. Other than that guys, I'm gonna wrap it up, put it back together. I'm not gonna show that because it's just pretty much put everything back the way you took it off. So guys, thank you for watching. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. I put up DIYs like this all the time, and go ahead and give the video a like. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please just leave them down in the comment section below. Anything that I've used today will be in the description. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.